the poor boy who invented the most luxurious car in the world. Henry Royce was a forward-thinking engineer and businessman who beat the odds to become the driving force behind one of the most renowned automobile companies in the history of the world, Rolls-Royce. Royce was born into a poor family, but he overcame his low beginnings with his dogged persistence, inventiveness, and unrelenting pursuit of greatness. Continue watching to see Henry Royce and Rolls-Royce extraordinary story, from its unassuming beginnings to its position as an automotive icon. Henry Royce was born on March 27, 1863, in the quaint English hamlet of Alwalton, which is located in the county of Cambridgeshire. Royce was the youngest of 5 children and came from a family that struggled financially. As a result, he learned the value of endurance and the importance of hard work at an early age. In spite of the fact that he had minimal formal education, he has shown a natural talent for engineering and mechanics. According to Britannica, Royce's employment as an apprentice for the Great Northern Railway and his later career in the electric business helped him develop his technical talents and sparked his love for invention. At 21 years old, Royce established his own electrical and mechanical firm in Manchester, which he named the F.H. Royce and Company. His motivation for doing so was the desire to make other people's lives better. His dogged pursuit of perfection and unwavering dedication to quality worked to give him a reputation as an outstanding individual. During this period, Royce became enamored with vehicles and saw their potential to revolutionize modes of mobility and redefine luxury. This led to the development of the Royce Motor Car Company. So, Royce started the process of building the basis for his future success by doing painstaking research on the mechanics of early vehicles and by experimenting with his own inventions. Construction of the Empire. Rolls-Royce was formally established as a partnership between Charles Rolls and Henry Royce in the month of December 1904. These two gentlemen are poles apart from one another in every way. Henry came from a poor family and had to work hard for whatever he had. At the same time, Charles was a small child who received everything without having to work for it. They were also quite a few years apart in age from one another. While Henry was 41 years old, Charles had just turned 27 years old. However, both parties made significant contributions to the alliance. Henry has spent many years honing his skills in the field of developing electrical and mechanical devices to their utmost potential. But Charles's passion for speed extended well beyond his interest in automobiles. He was a brilliant entrepreneur who understood how to make the most of the opportunities presented by public relations and marketing. Charles was able to further his career by making use of the contacts he had in the upper class. He found consumers who could afford to purchase their expensive automobiles by using his connections in the political sphere, the media, and even the royal family. As a result, the combination of these two things proved to be an ideal coupling, since each contributed abilities that were exactly complementary to those possessed by the other. They were both experts in their fields, and when they worked together, they were almost unbeatable. At the Paris Salon in 1904, which would eventually become known as the Paris Motor Show, they debuted their very first automobile, which they dubbed the Rolls-Royce 10 horsepower. They made each of them pound $395 from the sale of the vehicle at Charles's dealership for automobiles. That would be the equivalent of tens of thousands of dollars if we were to use today's inflation rates. In addition, they only produced 16 of these automobiles, so if you were lucky enough to stumble upon one, it was going to set you back a pretty penny. The Rolls-Royce Silver Ghost was the company's second car to be released into the market, and it did so in 1906. Each and every one of the metal components was covered in a layer of silver and aluminum. After finishing an endurance run of 15,000 miles, they performed a PR stunt designed to startle the crowd by placing a cup of water on top of the engine while it was still running. Because the engine ran so smoothly and quietly, there was not a single drop of fluid that was lost. It was hailed as the best car in the world at the time it was released. Even now, the Rolls-Royce Silver Ghost is widely regarded as one of the world's most costly automobiles. In fact, in 2005, its owner insured it for a staggering $35 million. After they had achieved success in the automotive industry and were making headlines due to the prestigious and luxurious nature of their vehicles, Charles sought to persuade Henry to develop an aviation engine so that Charles could pursue his second love of flying. Henry, however, declined and said that he would rather concentrate on automobiles. Despite this, Charles was able to dedicate more time to flying as a result of the rising success of the firm. In fact, he finally quit his post as the technical director at Rolls-Royce so that he could concentrate completely on airplanes. Charles said that flying was his favorite method of transportation since there are no policemen in the air. In 1909, he purchased his very own Wright Flyer airplane, and the following year, he broke a world record by being the first person in history to fly non-stop from one side of the English Channel to the other and back again. He was hailed as the greatest hero of the day by the local press, but unfortunately, it wasn't the only record that Charles achieved throughout his career. During an air show, Charles performed his flight on a day with a strong wind. He was flying the plane far beyond its capabilities, and when he attempted to land it, the aircraft started to disassemble itself. In 1910, Charles Rolls became the first person from the United Kingdom to lose their life in an airplane accident. After the passing of his business partner 1 year later, Henry Royce's health started to deteriorate. The cumulative effects of years of bad diet and little sleep were beginning to show on him. He was no longer able to spend his days working at the Rolls-Royce plant, so he started devoting more time to his responsibilities at home instead. Henry Royce persevered in his laborious job, even though he was in terrible condition, even if it meant drawing designs from his hospital bed when he was sick, leaving behind a heritage. Henry was coerced into producing aviation engines at the start of World War I, despite the fact that he had previously been adamantly opposed to the idea of doing so. In 1914, they produced the Rolls-Royce Eagle engine, which contributed 1/2 of the total horsepower used by Allied aircraft. And this marked the beginning of Rolls-Royce's illustrious history in the aircraft engine industry. Thus, by 1921, there was such a huge demand for their automobiles that there was a 3-year backlog in production of them due to the demand. As a result, a new Rolls-Royce plant in the United States was established in Springfield, Massachusetts. After a period of 10 years, they had built 2,944 automobiles. If you don't think it's a lot, consider that Rolls-Royce takes great care in making automobiles of the greatest possible quality, even if doing so requires a great deal more time. The same holds true even in modern times. Because everything is still done by hand, the production of a single car may take anywhere from 3 to 6 months. In 1930, Henry Royce was honored with the Order of the British Empire and knighted as a baronet for his contributions to the automotive industry. But, after just another 3 years, he passed away at the age of 70. Regardless of how sick he felt, he never took a break from his duties. While he was on his deathbed, he completed his final sketches. The evening before he passed away, he drew a drawing of an adjustable shock absorber on the back of an envelope and requested his nurse to give it to the employees at the factory so that they might construct his innovation. Unfortunately, he did not survive long enough to have the letter delivered. Both of these individuals were able to leave behind a legacy that continued on long after their deaths. Rolls-Royce continued to produce automobiles for a considerable amount of time after their deaths, and the brand's name is still often associated with lavishness in modern times. In addition, the most recent estimate of the company's value was more than $7 billion. If there is one thing that we can glean from the history of Rolls-Royce, it is that it does not matter where you come from or how gloomy your starting place in life may be. With sufficient effort and drive, you can construct something magnificent and change the path that your life takes. According to Henry Royce, one should always strive towards excellence, maintaining our reputation for outstanding performance. Rolls-Royce is now estimated to be worth a staggering $20 billion today, and it has continued to carry on the tradition of its founder, Henry Royce, by manufacturing some of the most luxury and technologically sophisticated automobiles in the world. Every Rolls-Royce automobile is painstakingly constructed, with trained craftsmen devoting countless hours to the process to guarantee that each and every detail satisfies the strictest quality requirements. In the introduction of electric and hybrid vehicles, the company has shown its attention to both the environment and the development of the next generation of luxury automobiles by demonstrating its commitment to innovation. The astonishing yearly revenue of $16 billion that Rolls-Royce achieves is a direct result of the company's exceptional worldwide presence and unparalleled reputation. The last few years have been very fruitful for the firm in terms of expansion, with record-breaking sales achieved in crucial markets such as China and the United States. Customers who respect exceptional elegance and workmanship are drawn to Rolls-Royce because of the exclusivity and status that come along with owning the car. And this makes the brand a symbol of accomplishment and achievement. The incredible journey that Henry Royce took from being a poor lad to being the inventor of the world's most opulent automobile, Rolls-Royce, is a testament to both his dogged perseverance and his excellent technical talents. The heritage of Henry Royce is carried on in each and every Rolls-Royce vehicle, which embodies the spirit of handcrafted elegance and brilliant engineering that he instilled in the company. And that wraps things up. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. Hit subscribe, drop a comment, and spark the like button to supercharge YouTube algorithm. And I will see you on the next one.